Hello everyone. So I'm sitting here at my lunch and just wanted to come to you guys and talk about why I'm pursuing this new lifestyle change. Last year I had to have surgery, and the surgery was a surgery to remove fibroids from my uterus. Also I had to remove an ovarian cyst, and that was such a challenge for me. And by the way, forgive me, I'm a little tired. Had a long weekend. Anyway, so yeah, I was struggling with heavy periods and just intense pain on a monthly basis, as well as obviously the fibroids that were sitting inside my body, just growths that didn't belong. And I can truly say that it's what got me here. Just laying there on the table, getting ready to be cut open, it does something to you. And I made a vow that if I made it out, because I had a lot of fear about doing that surgery, because I had this surgery before. And I just didn't think that I would have to do it again. I had it in 2008, and 8 years later, 2016, I was having basically the same surgery with a whole lot more fibroids. And so, again, fear. Fear was there. And when I woke up and I realized I was alive, it was Thanksgiving, and I was, laying there and just feeling like, oh my goodness, I just wish I didn't have to go through this. Not only the cutting part of it, but the healing process was also really very challenging. And while I was there, I was reading Genesis 1. And God basically spoke to me through the scripture. And he spoke to me through Genesis 29. Genesis 1, verse 29. And it just talked about what he left here for us to eat. And it's herbs, it's nuts and spices and the trees and the plants and all the natural things is what he left here for us. And somehow, we've gotten consumed by eating all these processed foods and foods that are just not good for us. Food that's been killing us, food that's making us sick. And right now I'm on my lunch break, and sometimes I go for a walk. I do different things. Sometimes I stay in my office and close the door. And other times I just sit in my car and I watch, videos or do my posts for Instagram for you guys. But usually I find a quiet spot, and I'm usually right next to a graveyard. I don't think you'll be able to see. I'll try to bring it up as high as I can. But hopefully you saw this graveyard over there. And, I just think about the fact that there are a lot of people laying there that actually didn't have to be. And the reason I'm saying that is because these people basically ate themselves to death. And to be clear, I mean eating the wrong foods, eating, a lot of sugar, eating a lot of processed foods, eating a lot of meats. And it's something that, I want to stop. In my community, not just my family and my friends, but my extended community, my work community, my church community, just people that I come in contact with, and people I don't know, just in the radius that I live, and of course people outside of that as well. But I got inspired November 2016 after the surgery on Thanksgiving, when all the food is being consumed and I couldn't even eat really. I think I had like a cup of soup or something. I don't remember, but I just got inspired, and God inspired me to make a change first within myself. And having that information, I just feel like full, and I want to share it with everybody. I want to share it with you guys. Just eat better. It's very hard because I'm Jamaican. I'm from the oxtails and the brown stew chicken and the rice and peas, and all the Caribbean people out there know say Caribbean food tastes good. So to not eat that stuff anymore, it's very hard. But it's a conditioning. It's like a mind conditioning. I feel like you have to first change your mindset. That's what I had to do. I had to first change my mindset. And once I changed my mindset, then it's a lot easier for me. I was at my sister's birthday. They cut a cake for her last night, and I stopped by. And as I was leaving, my sisters were offering me, and my mom were offering me cupcakes, and and I just couldn't do it. And months ago, yeah, I would totally take it. I would eat one, and I would bring one home, and now it's different. I know what it does. I've been educating myself, and I'm learning what this food does to me. And it's not that a lot of people don't know. I realize I think people do know what the food does, but it's just so hard because society really tells us what to eat. You see the commercials, you see what people do when they're happy. They get a cake, right? They cut a cake for the birthdays, Valentine's Day, your husband or your boyfriend brings you chocolate, and it's like a form of showing affection, sweets, and going out for a nice healthy dinner and having a piece of steak is like, you get the promotion, or you're just celebrating, and yeah, off to the restaurant you go. And so it's just like we're conditioned to do these things. And I feel like, if we could just start very small, like I did. I just stopped eating meat, and then I stopped eating chicken, and now I'm still eating fish because it's hard to get off of fish. But ultimately I would love to one day stop eating fish, but for now I'm still eating fish. But I think it's just a slow process, and I don't think anybody should beat themselves up and look at other people and say, oh, they're doing this and that. No, it's your own journey, and you have to just go about it in your way and take your time and do it. But you have to do it. You have to do it because you're gonna find yourself happier. You're gonna feel healthier. You're definitely gonna lose that there's like a fog that somehow comes with not eating well and not taking care of yourself. You're just mentally drained all the time, and I just feel like we can do it for ourselves. We don't need these medical doctors. As a matter of fact, my GYN doctor had told me, I remember going to see him. Let me just backtrack. I remember going to see him, and he had lost a lot of weight. And it's not that he was overweight. It was just that, he had a few extra pounds. And I remember seeing him, and I was saying to myself, oh my God, he's like a lot thinner, But he looked good, skin looked great, eyes looked great, bright, and had a lot of energy. And I didn't know what it was. And through my struggles with the fibroids, he started talking to me about my diet, what I was eating. And he started telling me that he's changed his diet. He doesn't eat meat anymore, and he's a medical doctor. And so the medical doctors now out there today are starting to realize that nutrition is really the key to, making the change in our bodies, and to avoid these, these illnesses that we actually bring on ourselves. And, you guys know the top 3 diseases that really so prevalent in our community. And that's the heart diseases, the diabetes, and then cancer. Those are the top 3 diseases, and I'm telling you, they're all we bring them on ourselves. And so it's really imperative that we at least try. So I'm here to tell you that, the journey is hard, number one, but it's totally doable. And I would love to help you through that, journey, by just sharing what my husband and myself are doing, and our son, just what we do, how we've been eating, and the challenges that we have as we go through eating. I just made a post about Friday night, what we had on Friday night, and the boys wanted, order or takeout, but we ended up deciding to do burritos, and I did a vegetarian burrito, and it was amazing. And my son is 13, and if he liked it and loved it and wanted more, I had to actually give him half of mine at one point, because he finished his really quick, and I was already sort of full from cooking, just tasting everything. So I ended up giving him a half of mine, and then they had it again on Saturday because it was leftovers, and they loved it so much, and this time they added cheese. But it was just like a reminder that, you know, you're not there yet. You know, we're not there yet. We're just on the way. We're in the process, and it feels good. I feel great. I look really tired right now, but honestly, I'm feeling great. And normally my eyes are clear, white. But my sister's birthday was on Friday. We went out on Saturday, and I went over last night. So, hence the reason for my low eyes. Anyway, guys, just wanted to share with you. I know it's sort of a long video, but I just wanted to give you a little background on why you're seeing all these videos or pictures, or me just starting this new page called Kirby's Kitchen, and it's basically Carrick and Debbie. So quick brief story. When we were getting married, my wedding planner, one of my very good friends, Rihanna, and wedding planner, she came up with the name. It was back when you heard Brangelina 7 years ago, six and a half years ago, when you would hear the whole, you know, they would merge the names together. So she merged Carrick and Debbie, and it became Kirby, and so we've been using it ever since. And so it's basically Carrick and Debbie's Kitchen, what we do there, and also we're including some fitness stuff. We've been running, we bike ride now a lot, and we're just sharing everything that we're doing. I'll also be sharing a little bit about faith. I'm a Christian, and I want to share with you, you know, as I mentioned in the beginning, you know, God speaks to me and he shares, you know, he talks to me about my life, and, you know, so I'll be sharing a little bit about my faith and about what God has done for me and continue to do. And there'll be, like I said, what is it? So faith, food, obviously food, family. So I'll be sharing a lot about what we're doing as a family together, fitness, and I have a fashion brand called Be Free, so I'll be sharing about that as well. So is faith, food, family, fashion, and fitness, you know, not in any particular order. Faith maybe would come first, but anyway, guys, sorry for the length. I just wanted to give you some information about myself and about Kirby's Kitchen and what really inspired all of this to come about. I wish my husband was here, but you know, he's at work, so maybe later I'll do a smaller one with just him and I, and he can share a little bit about, you know, what inspired him to go on the journey. He's always been into natural eating and taking care of himself, so actually it's a natural progression for us. It's really important to have a buddy, a partner, someone that helps you through this, because you are going to have weekdays and days where you don't want to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go running, but that person will nudge you and just say, come on, let's go, we've made the commitment, let's stick to it. So yeah, I'll do a video with him later, and we'll share with you guys just a little bit more about why we are doing this. All right, I'm gonna run. It's super long. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.